Mm.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, and the New York Jets. With that, we head up to MetLife Stadium as we'll hand it over to the two men that'll call the action, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, the holiday rush, that's in full swing in nearby Manhattan, but we've got football here 8 miles west at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they've been flawless all year long as they hit the home stretch at 13-0.
And now they just have to guard against complacency. You still got to go out and earn it every week.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, watch the slant.
Play action. It's Darnold. And right away, he lost the football.
Holding offense.
Oh, we are so declining that.
Take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
On second down now. Farrell. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. And we take a look now at the New York offense.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
Let's make these babies cry.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They get 12 to a 4th and long.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They begin with a run by Smith. And an alley to run. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The numbers there in last week's game for Smith. 17 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
Ready, break. 58, come on. Check back, check back.
To throw is Green on 1st and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Wood. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. On the carry, here's Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it.
That's it, ready. We're going to work.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next
Wide open.
Cowboys. Amari Cooper with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And New York set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the there, and it's a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game. All types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. It's quite a unit, number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Darnold. James has got it. Complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Faking the give, Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. And he's got his man on the out route. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
And he loses the football a 2nd time, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Fucking Jets.
Touchdown, Jets. Fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. First one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. Now that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Throwing on 1st down. Green. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And he is going to
Can I get a little help, guys?
the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
Hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
A 1st down carry for Smith. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, it's Smith. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Jets are going to get the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Darnold throwing the out route and complete. That's James. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Here's Darnold. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. And he works it past the 30.
Oh, my God.
That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. On first down, Darnold. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The Jets are going to use the first.
Why does my team go retarded against it?
With just over a minute to go before halftime. Darnold to throw again. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets.
I'm not allowed to beat the Jets.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great
What
job to put
the fuck?
themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field.
Fuck you all.
Into the end end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am, go ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
There's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let their return guy touch it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was the Giants who were able to come away with the road victory, the final 34-13. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. The Broncos looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they were losers in their ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington Redskins. Dwayne Haskins leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On first down, it's Smith, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 32-yard line. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. takes it down to the 10-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Cover! Get it.
On first and 10, Green. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. A gain of 9 there. Sets up second and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Try to punch it in with Smith. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Back to throw. Green. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Smith. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. The O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Looking to throw. Green. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th.
60 Pittsburgh.
They'll run on 1st down. Smith. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they get the
I fucking hate the Jets.
Shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. On 1st down, it's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This short throw caught by Goddard. It winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That goes in the category of a play that the defense is going to cherish and excites them. A completion, yes, you give up the pass, but no gain. I mean, that's exactly what you want on defense.
And sets up the 4th down. Darnold now to throw. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
I can't stop them.
In the 4th quarter, they felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
Now a 1st down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. We've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
On 2nd and goal. Darnold. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
I fucking hate this team.
With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air. Because right now, we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Then he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they... Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Jets have...
Oh, my God.
Well, so much for the
What?
offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over.
Yeah,
I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
New York set to take the field. Now, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them, because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after them.
I'm going to end up fucking losing this game.
Before he's brought down. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack.
2:43 left. They have the ball on my 18.
Sets things up for big runs like that, because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Yeah.
Now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
I wish Darnold would do that
Jets
shit.
football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000
Nah,
of them in the stands.
that's suicide.
Any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. On 3rd down, Farrell. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
McClain's kick is good.
I have 51 seconds.
Celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop.
I stopped to let the guy pick up the block, and he just ran the other way.
So now the Cowboys down by a field goal, 47 seconds remaining. Their undefeated season, it's in danger unless they can score here as they've got a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh! He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Wood. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. He'll look to throw. He's got the connection to Cooper. And to the 36-yard line.
I fucking lost.
After getting 8 yards. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very
I can't beat the Jets. I'm not allowed.
They were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly
I always
right.
lose to the
It's
Jets.
down to the last play. We're still. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jets, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves.
No, I used one play all game long.
Next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew.
The quarterback did really well.
He was the only one. Unfucking real.
Oh, good pick. Oh, ref, you wasn't holding me. Grab me. Throw it over his head. edition. Oh, you were face messing. We had him a 2nd and 18. Oh, you got it. 40 seconds.
Already.
Why didn't y'all pick it? Y'all slapping the ball down and shit.
I hate when they slap it down when all they had to do was clap to catch it.
I had 3 guys right in front of it. Oh, man. They can still get in the playoffs. 10-7. 7-7.
Tony Pollard. Isn't he injured?
I'm back.
Why can't they do that in the game? I'm here and smooth by him. Again. I'm about to hit him in the game. Oh my God. You just run the right well on us. Everybody's cornerback is not the same. It bounced off the dude. Come on. Got him. Ah! Oh my God, he got in my face at the last minute. Oh, I thought I got him.
Are you waiting for me to join, Chris, or are you still doing stuff?
No, I just got your invite.
Okay.
What y'all doing down there? What y'all doing down there? Oh my God. He's supposed to call that.
Let's do it. Ready for your losing streak?
Y'all play each other?
We're getting ready to do that now.
Well, good luck.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down now, Pollard. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Ready? 18 Gator. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now.
Green from the gun on 3rd down. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Back to throw. Green.
Oh,
Right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett.
Wasn't a bad catch, but that ball was whooping.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Break. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. I'm trying to collect.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. On that last carry, he just passed LaDainian Tomlinson, Charles, on the all-time NFL rushing list.
And congratulations to him, and I'm sure probably applaud him as well. But he'd also ask him, as well as you carried it, could you throw it like I could too?
LT, though, finished his career at 13,684, and now he's soaring past that. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on first down.
I bet you can't wait for him to retire.
And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Fuck.
Ready, break. Mike 54. And I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. He's good.
Now they try the right side here.
Guess who?
Blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Ready. 50, Mike's 50. Hey, keep it up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30.
Brandon, lest my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the 2nd time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 2nd and 1. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And it's caught. And he's brought down. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
X3, 218, chop. Here we go again. Watch it.
Back to throw here. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on first down. Here's set. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Lutz with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. It's a room to run now. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 42 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Looking to throw. Green. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Come on, set, 50, plant. And it's getting it home.
2nd and 2. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Drain down on 3rd down.
Throw the fucking ball.
Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
I will take that.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down.
That's fine too.
Now Green from the gun, he'll throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The linebacker Fred Warner right there on the coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He rifles
Motherfucker!
Snags it for the pick, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
I thought he was out of bounds.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. We call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
Back to throw. Green, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa.
Why does that happen?
Wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 6.
I sit there and push the button and he just stands there.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Green. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
To throw is Green. Throwing on 3rd and long. They'll right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Green operating from the gun. Throwing right, and that's complete. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Operating from the gun. Green. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
I'm losing 10-7.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Bounced in the air.
Hey, watch it. 6-6, pull it high. Get it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And down he goes.
Defensive pass interference much?
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard.
Your guy was holding my receiver from getting off the line of scrimmage.
Halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half.
Fucking bullshit.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half.
He couldn't even start his route.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
He was being held.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects.
I told you my free safety is mean.
I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Now it's Breida. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They run again with Breida. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. This quarterback now a perfect 5 of 5 since taking over. They haven't missed a beat. 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line.
This is really starting to piss me
Catch
off.
of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume.
You're getting all fucking day to throw, and I'm not.
Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Breida, and he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw.
Oh my God.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line.
First down, 49ers.
Ready?
Now a handoff looking right. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. This is Breida. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
I wish I could get runs like that.
With his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Hike the ball, hike the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And here's Green off the play fake. It's caught, Cooper. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now Green on first down. Flushed out right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be
I'll take it.
out across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Back now in Arlington. Washington. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. The Niners on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll look to throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got it. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL.
No,
teams can score
we still got a
fast in
shot.
this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Kill, turn up. Check, now.
2nd and 11. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost.
3rd and 21.
Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Going deep this time for Miller. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Defensively,
He had it.
Coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the
My
fourth.
team goes stupid.
They run with Breida. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Bull.
From 10 yards out, and the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
No, I'm not allowed.
Lead in the fourth, but still
Anything to help my team is not allowed.
big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone.
Not allowed to run the ball. Not allowed to pass the ball.
Kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is...
I'm down by 3.
Complete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. There's a Throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And here's Green. Throwing again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Give him
It's what my team, it's what I've had to teach them to do.
But they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and
and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down at the 2. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he takes this one back into the end zone.
I'll take it.
The Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Back to throw. Green looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Come on, let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's a handoff left side to Breida. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's the start of the day right there.
Looking to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Taken in at the 22.
Thanks for the block, guys.
Kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 3 interceptions.
I never wanted you in the NFC.
I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Green now to throw again. He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fouled out. That's a big game. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27. To throw is Green. Throwing on first down. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you're wondering why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here. Green from the gun, he'll throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Now a give to Breida. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
You're not getting 100 yards.
21 yards. Now a give coming right is Breida. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So the victory here for San Francisco.
I pulled 14 points out of my ass.
Game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed
what do you mean?
The strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on.
Didn't even notice.
San Francisco, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
He's doing really well.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Higher than fucking Hurts.
My O-line still is not ready to play you.
I saw where it was weak. My left guard, he just keeps causing penalties. He won't stop doing it.
I didn't get to upgrade anybody.
I got one, the guy that keeps getting the penalties. How weird is that? That's all I got.
I pray to God that I play the fucking Jets next season.
Dude, I'm telling you, when you go against them and finally win, it's gonna be mayhem.
I'm gonna run the score up like no tomorrow. Quit playing kid games. I noticed after my free safety hit Pettis, you never went back to Pettis.
I know, like, that was just weird. You know what? I was watching too, every pass play, he was on him like right on right.
Uh-huh. Good.
I'm like,
Play with my free safety, I dare you.
no thanks. Think you out smoking a cigarette. Fred was like, man, when's the last time you lost a game? I was like, wasn't that long ago. It was 2 seasons ago. I lost 3.
You know what I've started doing?
What?
I've started scouting some of the undrafted, expected people.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but there's a couple of good finds in there.
Well, I think that's where my backup running back right now came from.
Like, I want to show you this.
And a few of my middle linebackers. Ooh, he's going 4 wide already. He getting balls in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to say no to.
Johnson's back. Yay. Alright. I'll be right back. I need coffee.
Alright. Thank you. Rookie again. Oh. Okay. That's enough.
All right. You still there?
Yep. Oh my god. Holding again.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. So with that, let's head over to the heart of Texas. Massive AT&T Stadium in Arlington. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and
I'm
Dallas,
on a
Texas, and
two-game
Arlington
losing
at the
streak.
luxurious AT&T Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gauton, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in off a loss last time out, but still in the midst of a great season, winners of 8 of their last 10. Meanwhile, for the visiting Redskins, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They are led out by the 15th overall selection in 2019, former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins. Play action. Haskins. And incomplete to open things up. And here a look at the offensive starters for the Redskins.
So let's all work together on this one because it's
Their quarterback threw the ball to his tight end and hit him in the face.
The center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
On second down, Donaldson. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Let's look at the defensive starters now for Dallas. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Looking to throw, Haskins. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll get nothing out of the completion there, and it leads to a 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Green down. Throwing to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 carries, 64 yards.
And they've already clinched the playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Redskins on third down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. Now Green, off the bootleg. He's got an open man, he completes it to Callaway. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. Nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
This passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage, but now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Looking to throw. Green. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper. Touchdown number 18 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out
It's
comes
the
Washington
Lions.
offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest.
He's got a man complete. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
And that's 10 touchdowns on the season for him on the ground. And remember our meeting with the coaching staff, they did share with us that one of their goals for the year was for him to get in the end zone at least 10 times. And that ramps up into their bigger goal to try and get 20 overall as a team.
From the 44, Haskins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and that'll make it a second down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Haskins. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. We do know that they are postseason bound, but they're leaking a little oil, so to speak, as they kind of limp into January.
Yeah, and that oil can set fire to their season, can't it?
Look at that.
See what I did there? But here's the thing that we've both seen in the NFL. Teams down the stretch playing really well. Sometimes it doesn't carry over into the playoffs. Sometimes teams that aren't playing well now, if they have good leadership in the head coaching spot and the coaching staff and within the locker room, they can find a way to turn it around. But no one wants to be on a losing streak as they head into the playoffs.
On second down now, Pollard. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Back to throw. Green. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. Got a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw is Green. Off play action. Letting one. And this is caught inside the 5. 36 yards on the play. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw. Green escaping the pressure. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys. Nice job of polishing off that drive, and all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. That's taken on the 25.
That's it, baby.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our halftime report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And the Panthers are out in front as they play the second quarter. The Panthers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they lead the visiting Minnesota Vikings at halftime. The Saints seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Jacoby Brissett, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They've got the lead, and certainly a big reason why some of these catches we take a look at right now.
And I've seen it so many times that when units start to play really well, they feed off of each other and play even better. And they're making every catch possible. Contested, non-contested, easy, difficult, big-time plays. And right now, that's why their team's in the lead.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First down, and it's Pollard again. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third. Green off the play fake. He'll rifle this one deep right side. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, Addison. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
Partner, if you want more
My free safety is going to end up killing somebody.
The fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run.
He just won't
Don't just
stop.
ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now on 2nd and 13. Haskins. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Addison. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Oh, he's gone.
He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
I called an all-out blitz. Got to the quarterback, he fumbled it, and I ran it all the way back.
Point after here coming up. And it's 21-3. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Donaldson. That 2nd down run a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
Taken in at the 11. Spinning away. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4.
Wow.
Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team.
He overthrew Cooper by about 10 yards.
Down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Off the play fake. Green. And that will be incomplete.
He's overthrown receivers. Why?
But it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Back to throw. Green. And it is incomplete. Or it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Haskins. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
10 yards there, good for a Redskin 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now it's Haskins. It's caught. Smith. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on... And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Traquan Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Point after, right down the middle. And it makes the score 21-10. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they feel like they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early buys and able to sit and get a little rest as the playoffs begin.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way that's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
First target, first catch, and a first down. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far, and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, well, they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as well. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Looking to throw. Green. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And here's Green on first and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
It wasn't either one of us.
The doors like this.
I haven't been.
Maybe Kenny went to the bathroom after when you were outside.
I guess it's possible.
Here's second and 8. Complete. It's Johnson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 12-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, now Haskins. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up. Give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Throwing again on 2nd down. Haskins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. One final shot for Haskins. It's complete to Watt. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin 1st down. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Cowboys, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title.
How old is Von Miller now? Thought he was way older than that.
In our season or real life?
In our season.
Oh. Yeah, 36. I think he should be retiring. Stage 3 dash. No, 4-1.
It's poop again.
Huh?
It's poop again. Wow. Hey, Buckner's only 87 sacks away from Lawrence.
I don't know if I'll ever get that many.
Buckner's at 155.
I don't know. He's been slow. Well, stats say he isn't being slow this season, but it just seems like he's being slow this season.
I got Amari Cooper up to second on the receiving yards list. You know what the sad part is? He's got 500 yards on Larry Fitzgerald, and he's still 5,400 yards away from Jerry Rice. Ooh, look at Breida.